everyone, and welcome to this week's devotional. We're going to continue with our devotionals on faith. We started last week with one where we talked about Abraham and his call. God said you need to leave everything, your land, your people, even your family, and head out to a land that I'm going to show you. Not only will that put his faith to the test, but his journey to that land will test his faith, as well as the rest of his life. His faith will be tested, and ours will as well. 1 Peter 1:7 says our faith will be tested. Peter says this: these have come, and he's talking about trials, so that your faith, of greater worth than gold, which perishes even though refined by fire, may be proved genuine and may result in praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed. So as we go through our life, our faith is going to be tested in many ways through trials and things that come into our lives, whether it's at work, whether it's at play, whatever the case may be. Our faith is going to be put to the test. And as we become victorious through our trials, we're going to grow closer to God, and we're going to grow in our faith. 1 John 5:4 tells us that faith is always victorious. John says, for everyone born of God overcomes the world. This is the victory that has overcome the world, even our faith. If we go to the great faith chapter in Hebrews, chapter 11, and we're going to read verses 32 through 39, it's going to show us that faith never gives up. Starting in verse 32, it says, and what more shall I say? I do not have time to tell about Gideon, Barak, Samson, Jephthah, David, Samuel, and the prophets, who through faith conquered kingdoms, administered justice, and gained what was promised, who shut the mouths of lions, quenched the fury of the flames, and escaped the edge of the sword, whose weakness was turned to strength, and who became powerful in battle and routed foreign enemies. Women received back their dead, raised to life again. Others were tortured and refused to be released, so that they might gain a better resurrection. Some faced jeers and flogging, while still others were chained and put in prison. They were stoned, they were sawn in two. They were put to death by the sword. They went about in sheepskins and goatskins, destitute, persecuted and mistreated. The world was not worthy of them. They wandered in deserts and mountains and in caves and holes in the ground. Faith never gives up, no matter what the consequences, no matter what the calling is. Faith always perseveres. And we should remember that as we go through our daily walk, that those who have come to Christ, the just, shall live by faith. And that's Romans 1:17. So think about that today. Go today. Go out wherever you're going to go and put your faith into action. Let's pray. Father, thank you for your word today. And just sometimes we know that it is very difficult, the trials we face, and just the stress that sometimes comes with it. And it's just that uncertainty is so difficult sometimes to face. We just place everything into your hands, and we ask that you'd help us to walk that straight line of faith. Put everything under your control, and to go forth and do your will for our lives. Help us to grow. Help us to learn and keep your word within our hearts. Cleanse our minds from the things that, Father, the world just throws at us, and just help us to then continue to focus on your truth and what you're doing in our lives, so that we can go out and be those witnesses to the world that you intend us to be. And we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.